It's about time. What's going on?
Rumor report. Rumor report.
This is the Rumor Report
Talk to him.
with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Well, people were very critical of Charlamagne for a meeting with the Georgia governor, Brian Kemp. Governor Kemp tweeted out today, Marty and I had a great meeting at Charlamagne. We discussed how small businesses and the music industry are weathering the pandemic, the value of our skilled trade workers, and our fight to end human trafficking in Georgia. We look forward to seeing him again soon. But he got a lot of criticism because of the optics. And Charlamagne responded to all that criticism. You know, people have a lot of issues with Kemp for stealing the election and for voter suppression and all of that. What were you going to say, Charlamagne?
I was going to say, F all those fools coming from Michael Renda. You know what I'm saying? If black people don't know who out here frontlining for us by now, then God bless them. God bless them. Okay? Everybody more worried about their perception than actual progress. Like, come on, y'all know who Killer Mike is. Who blacker than Killer Mike? Killer Mike, one of the most blackest black men I know. He banks black, he buys black, he has several black businesses, he employs black people. Hell, yesterday while they was on Twitter tripping, he was feeding 300 black people, I believe, with the Bankhead seafood truck. So, man, please.
All right. So somebody had asked Charlamagne on Twitter, so you are talking to Kemp on the behalf of your community? And he responded, after I sought counsel from community activists that I know and have worked with over 20 years, black judges and lawyers, black business leaders, and my neighbors, I absolutely did. I pay taxes in Georgia and own business there. I'm checking up on my dollars at work. I also meet with my city council member, state rep, and mayor. I suggest all Georgians do the same. He said only time will tell as far as if he's going to fix any of the things that he discussed. He said, I plan to keep doing what was on the T-shirt I wore. We all must. Some of my issues, blacks in Georgia having more than 2% of state contracts while making up 35% of the state, black men and boys getting free trade school versus building more jails, a justice system that deals with children's trauma versus jailing them. You need better issues.
Yeah, and they don't even know what Mike and Brian Kemp talked about fully, but they have an opinion. And people keep saying, oh, well, Brian Kemp suppressed the vote against Stacey Abrams. Well, he's still the governor of Georgia, so you're not supposed to engage with him? That makes no sense to me. And by the way, if you're worried about Brian Kemp suppressing the vote, why are you not worried about Joe Biden, who wrote the 86 mandatory minimum sentencing or the 88 crack laws or the 94 crime bill? Y'all got no problem running to speak to him or voting for him in November. So don't tell me about who Michael is meeting with. If there's anybody I trust in a room full of vultures, it's Michael Renda. That man is a true leader.
All right. And listen, if you're talking about ending human trafficking and you can sit down and have a meeting, I would meet with anybody if that's going to help with that.
Yes.
All right. Now, Cardi B, since we're talking about politics, she actually says on her live that she hired a private investigator to arrest a teenage Trump supporter who actually put her address out there. Listen to what she said.
Let me tell you something. Gets so intense that a Trump supporter posted my address and encouraged people to dox my home, to put my house on fire. I had to literally hire a private investigator and serve them with a warrant and arrest this boy. Mind you, this boy was a teenager. His parents were shook.
I am not mad at that at all.
I love it.
You want to put my address out? I got some money to hire a private investigator because you know the police ain't gonna really do nothing about that. So you got to hire somebody, and she got that kid arrested.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I want all social media agitators to get arrested and sued. I am sick of these people being able to say anything they want to you online. Get their ass locked up, sue them. And them private investigators are good. They'll find out the address of the people. They'll find out how much money in their bank account to see if it's worth suing. All kind of stuff.
Yeah, I just had to hire one the other day that got me all the information I needed. Yesterday, got it in like 10 hours.
I got a lot of intel on all my enemies. Trust me. Trust me.
Mm-hmm. You know, I had a bad issue with a stalker, and this person was sending all kinds of food deliveries and stalking everywhere that I went, and you know, doing all and putting my address, my parents' address online. And
get his ass.
So it took a while, but they found the person. And, you know, found her mom too. It was like, and she kept on posting pictures under a fake page on Instagram and changing it. But she had herself as a white man, like with a gun. But the detective actually told me it's probably a black woman who's doing that because they say it's usually the opposite that they post as like their profile picture. And it was a young black girl who was in college, but she did have some mental issues. Mm-hmm. But this is something that went on for quite some time. And it was, you know, she was threatening my friends online. She was posting all kinds of stuff, calling people, getting people's numbers.
I caught one like that too. She was a black woman. She had mental problems, mental issues. And we found out who she was. She used to come to the post office near my house and send packages to my house from the post office, basically telling me, send it to the station, but basically telling me I know where you live. And we caught her, and we spoke to her mom, and she just had mental problems. We didn't arrest her or anything like that.
I wonder if it's the same person. All right, now, Alicia Keys has started a fund to support small businesses owned by African Americans. She wants to raise $1 billion. So she did announce the details of that initiative in an open letter to Billboard. And she also agreed to perform at the NFL League's kickoff event for the 2020 season. The reason that she did that, though, is because they are contributing to her new endowment fund. So that's why she did it.
I respect it. Drop on the clues bomb for Alicia Keys. I love it.
All right. And we got a shout out to Mulatto. So, she's a freshman, double XL freshman, and they've been releasing the freestyles. And her freestyle, she actually flirted a little bit with Fabio Foreign. Listen to this. And the whole time he was smiling. He was hype. It was cute.
That's dope. She popping out too. Her records are really doing well, man. I was in Atlanta and her records ring in the club.
Yeah. I want to drop on the clues bombs for my little niece, LaPortia. She hit me yesterday and said, I can't trust that your other nieces are keeping you informed on the girls to watch out for. So I'm going to do that. Mulatto, a.k.a. Big Lotto.
Yeah, shout out to Big Lotto. She
just hit me that yesterday. And she said Lotto is actively fighting to combat colorism. In her music video, she writes all her own raps and won and turned down the deal she had on the rap game. So thank you to LaPortia for keeping your old ass uncle in the loop.
All right. And Netflix viewers are calling for a boycott. And that is because of that movie, Cuties. Now, remember we talked about this. It's a French film, and there's 11-year-old dancers twerking, dancing seductively. At first, it was an issue with the artwork that they used for the movie because it's very suggestive. And as we're fighting trafficking of young girls and girls going missing, putting something out like that it's disgusting no matter what, because there's some disgusting people in this world. Well, now that movie has been released and people are very upset. There's a warning for sex and nudity and a trigger warning for the content on Netflix. You got to do all that. Maybe it's not a good idea to release it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but what about them shows like, it's some show my daughter watches all the time. It's about cheerleaders or gymnasts or dancers. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, my daughter watches it too.
Something mom or cheerleading mom.
Dance mom.
Dance mom. There you go.
Yeah, my daughter
I don't know what Cuties
too.
is about, but it seemed like it's in the vein of dance moms. I don't know.
I don't know, but they already apologized just for the inappropriate artwork. They said it was not okay and, updated things. So if they have a problem with the artwork from the movie, then they probably have a issue with the movie.
Right.
Speaking of which, I gotta go hug my kids real quick before they leave for school.
All right. Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that's your Rumor Report.